Hello and welcome back to another video. Another part of me addressing my own comments from you guys. I first of all, I wanted to thank everybody that comes to my channel, to watches my videos, to interact with comments, even those of you who came to Instagram to share your stories. I appreciate you all so much. People that have shared my viral video as in why white women are jealous of black women. I never expected this to go through the roof like that. However, I'm very grateful, and I wanted to address some of the comments that were quite common. So just to clear some of the air. One of the comments I got quite a good number of time was, she's white, she can still not be trusted. And first and foremost, that's right. That's absolutely right. And I want to first of all direct this to black people, because normally I want to always make sure or make clear that my content is not directed to black people, because you guys know all these things. I learned all these things from you. So there's no need turning my head around to talk back to you people about the problem that we created. That being said, no white person should ever receive your trust as a black person without you questioning their intentions, their values, their morals, their thinking, because throughout history, we've proven that we cannot be trusted in general. So to me, I think it's up to white people to prove to a black person that they can be trusted. It's my job as a white person to let you, as my black spouse, my black friend, my black co-worker, know that you're safe around me, as safe as you can be with a person that still benefits from your oppression, okay? But that is definitely true. No white person should be trusted regardless. I think that general trust towards white people coming from a black person or a person of color can and is very dangerous and should not be the case. Black people, people of color should always be questioning white people in any way, in any position of their society or our lives. Another comment, she's like, people are saying I'm trying to be a pick-me for black people, or I'm doing this for clout, for likes, for fame. This is something I find it very amusing, because I don't know if y'all can imagine for me to sit on the internet and be like, okay, this is why we are being bloody racist. And then you think white people will be like, oh yeah, wow, nice. You did, well done, Nicole. That's not happening. And like I said earlier, I never had and never have the intention of uploading my content to lecture or even talk to black people, not because I don't like talking to black people, but because black people are not the target audience when it comes to racism and white supremacy. Because to me, the victim's only responsibility is healing, and the only responsibility black people have in the system of white supremacy and racism is healing. Community building, healing, reconnecting to the motherland. Y'all literally have no business with with white people talking to you about our own problem in that sense. And furthermore, what kind of clout is that going to give me? I mean, I find it funny when, and mostly white people tell me this. White people tell me, oh, you're just trying to be a pick-me for black people. I don't know the kind of narrow-minded person you need to be for you to think that likes and shares on the internet actually mean shit to everybody. I mean, if you are that low in self-esteem and low in your confidence that you value yourself by likes and shares, that's on you. It's not for me. Even I had several videos of mine go viral several times. I have a Facebook video of mine that has over 1.5 million likes. I'm still here talking the talk. I'm still here being myself. This has been years ago. Those things don't mean shit to me. Not that I don't value the love people show me, but those things don't mean anything, because once I turn to white people, I still see the same racism. I still see the same oppression of black people. So tell me, what am I doing with the likes if I have not targeted and changed the situation I'm trying so desperately to change, you know? So that's an argument that doesn't make sense to me. Something white people always tell me, that I am secretly being a racist once towards white people, because they think I'm talking in favor of black people, which is another incredibly amusing argument, because how in the world am I talking in favor of black people when, first of all, I'm talking to you, Karen, Becky, Sebastian, Kevin, whoever you are, about your racism and about my racism and about why we are all racist by default. And then you think that I'm being racist towards white people. That's like literally changing the narrative, and we are not doing that here. We are not even going to talk about reverse racism, because that shit doesn't even exist. We are not even going to start talking about being racist to white people, because if you're saying that me calling out your racism is racism, you're literally admitting of being a racist. So congratulations, you just did yourself. The next point was, she only talks like this because her husband is black. Would you still be talking like that if your husband wasn't black? Would I be a millionaire if I win the lottery? Yes, I would. Do I know if I'm ever going to win the lottery? No, I don't. How in the world am I supposed to know if I would still be having the knowledge I have now if my husband wasn't black? How am I supposed to know that? I don't know if y'all can change the way you look at life by looking into a glass bowl. As for me personally, I can't. That argument is stupid as fuck, because it makes no sense. I'm here now. I was born only once. I have only one life to live. So why would you be asking me what I would be doing if my husband wasn't black? Of course, him being black contributes to me understanding why society is the way it is and what society does to a black person, because I'm literally seeing it happening to him every single day. But that doesn't mean that because they are white people, for example, Sally B. Hunt, Jane Elliott, they are not married to black people. They are still seeing what the system does. Even they are black people, they are white people that are married to black people, and they don't see what the system does. So you asking me if I would be seeing this if my husband wasn't black, it's literally you implying that every white person that's married to a black person automatically sees the struggle, which we all know is not the case. We all know that even white people that are married to black people can be racist as fuck, can be racist towards their own children. So what's the point of me asking if I wouldn't or would not if my husband was, I don't know what color? You know, that point doesn't make no sense, because I'm still benefiting of the system. And yeah. And another point is, many black people wrote on my comments, we all know that. I know you know, because I learned from you. I did learn from you. I'm learning from you, and I'm hopefully still going to learn from you in the future. That's the only time when I can really sit comfortably here and address a black person, because I know y'all taught me all these things. Like when I go and have my wash day with my three beautiful children, and their afro will be all big and shiny, that's because the black woman taught me how to take care of their hair. When I'm able to cook my husband's native food, is because the black woman taught me how to do that. When I'm able to take my children to Nigeria, is because the black woman is going to receive me. So anything I do, of course, is being turned back, or is being caused by the love of a black woman that took me on the hand and be like, Nicole, this is what we are going through. This is what you are doing to us. Yes, I was open enough to listen, but that doesn't mean anything in the point if you only listen and don't learn and reflect and unlearn and question yourself every single day. So I know that black people know. I know that y'all are aware. I am not ever in the position to tell a black person this and that and this and that, because I know you guys know. That would be racist as hell. So my intention has never been and will never be to talk to black people about why they are where they are, who they are. My intention and my content is directed to my fellow white people, so that we start to understand and to know that we have been going the wrong way for the last 600 years, and that if we don't change, karma is going to F with us very, very well one day. And of course, my intentions are mainly motivated by the thing that the people that are closest to me, that are family to me, that are friends to me, that embrace and love me, happen to be black. Yes, that's a very big thing, because I see their pain, I see their struggle, I see their oppression, and they are dear to me. I love them with all my heart. I have 3 black children, and I know people are going to disagree to the fact that I call my children black, but I've spoken about this before. It is what it is. We can all agree to disagree at one point or the other. But at the end of the day, I have children that have black heritage. And I have children that are being labeled black in a white society. I have children that are seen as foreigners in the country they were born and bred in, that are being raised in, that they share the passport in, that is their first language. I have children that are direct victims of my benefits in this situation, in this country. I have children that once I leave the house with them, I'm no longer, my white privilege does not extend to my kids. My white privilege does not protect my children from being racially profiled, discriminated upon, experiencing racism. I am well aware of the fact that the racism they experience is different than the racism a dark-skinned person experiences, that they still have a light-skinned privilege, as disgusting as it sounds. But at the end of the day, those things, of course, motivate me to never keep quiet, because I owe my children to raise my voice. I owe, at the end of the day, every single black person that is being oppressed my voice, because I was able to see and I was able to understand because black people taught me. And the moment I realized, and the moment I would decide to keep quiet, then I'm choosing the side of the oppressor, which I never want to do. So I'm well aware of the fact that even though I am trying to change things, I'm still benefiting from the system. This is something that I can't change right now, but I'm trying to. With every time I talk, I know for a fact that every time a white person talks, another white person listens. That is why I will never stop talking, because this is something that's very personal to me, because I've seen people that are all my life for me being oppressed by people like me. And that is literally all. So like I said in the beginning, no white person should ever be trusted regardless. No white person should ever be embraced and experienced and loved with open arms without trusting or without questioning their intentions, because history is written. History is there for all of us to see that white people have meant no good to no country they ever went to in the world. So if we expect black people to trust us, like without even questioning our intentions, we are literally in the same position of white privilege, of thinking we can be trusted only because we are white. But we can't be trusted because we are white. And that's something, it is very damn painful to realize. But at the same time, for me, it's my job to let a black person know, yes, you can trust me. Yes, I'm not going to hurt you. Yes, I still benefit from your oppression, but yes, I'm going to do my possible best to, in any way I can, make sure that I'm going to raise my voice to emphasize our own crimes and emphasize the pain I am causing you passively. And that's all and that, by the way, that is still the bare minimum. So when I follow white people out for putting themselves on the internet and emphasizing how they grew up around black people and how they did, it doesn't mean shit. Who you grow up around, who you marry, who your spouse is, doesn't mean anything. You still benefit from the system. Even if your parents, even if you are adopted by two black people, you are still white. You are still benefiting from their oppression. You are still in a different situation socially than the people you love. And I know that it's very, very painful to realize that, but if we don't realize, we can't make a change. And if we don't make a change, we are guilty. Actively guilty. We are anyway passively guilty by the collective guilt of 576 years of white silence on our shoulders. But once we chose to be quiet, even though we have a little idea, and by the way, every white person knows. Every white person globally knows what racism is, knows what white privilege is. Those that tell you they don't know, they're lying. They all know. We all know that our skin is never a target. Our skin is literally protecting us, even when we are minorities. So if a white person tells you they don't know, just let me tell you, they're lying. So, that's all. And I am absolutely, just to get this clear, I am not offended by this kind of questions. Absolutely not. I think these questions are very valid, and I'm very grateful that people asked it, so I got to clarify myself, because I think I owe this to every black person that's watching my content or even sharing my content, because you're literally drawing traffic to my channel, and therefore you are literally telling black people, or you are telling other people that my content is in any way worth watching for whoever. And in that moment you think that I am worth your time, I'm owing you an explanation. And that is just what I wanted to come clear here about. If you've watched to this place, then thank you so much for watching. Thank you all for sharing. Please, I don't want to come across as an ungrateful asshole. I am not. I appreciate the love, and I appreciate your comments, your messages, but please, no white person deserves to be praised for speaking up against a system we created. This is literally coming 576 years late. So please don't praise me. as much as I understand the love and as much as I appreciate the way you comment, and I appreciate it and it warms my heart, but it shouldn't be anything special. It's not anything special. The bar for white people is way too low for us to keep receiving praises over doing the bare minimum, because what I'm doing here is still the bare minimum, because if I could, I would change the system in a blink of an eye, but I can't. So what I'm doing is literally still the bare minimum, and nobody deserves to be doing the bare minimum. So that being said, be blessed everybody, and thank you for being here once again.